Imperfecto here with a Kershaw knife review. This is the first Kershaw, or the first knife I should say, that I ever bought that cost me over $50. Heck, the first knife I bought that cost me more than $20. To me, this was a big deal. It was like a real high-class knife or expensive knife, something maybe like buying a Chris Reeve or a real expensive Benchmade. But when I bought this knife, that's how it was. It cost me, I'm almost positive it cost me like $50. It's the Kershaw Blackout, and it's actually a 14 C28N, I believe, steel, but it's partially serrated. I put a piece of tape here because I engraved my last four. I always would do that when I was a lot younger. I would put my last four on everything, just out of habit, I guess, being in the Navy. That's what you did. You put your last four in your last name, and that's what this blade has on it right there. But it was my work knife. I bought it and I used this knife for everything. I used to install a lot of ductwork and split systems, package units. I must have bought this knife like in 1999, and it was just an awesome knife. I bought it because it was all black and it had this speed safe feature to it, which was what I thought was really cool, to have a knife that is almost like a automatic knife. It just like whips out like that. And so yeah, I would use it all the time for work, and I really like the fact that it had this DLC coating on it. It was I don't know what it really is called. I think it was called like a DLT coating, titanium coating or something like that. Honestly, I don't remember. But this knife really was just great, and it has this liner lock, which was really functional for me. It had this jimping or grip right here, texturing on it to help me move it over with a gloved hand. And when it would get dirty, I'd just get the air hose and I would just blow it out and it would be good to go. This tip, I actually did break it off. I used to do a lot of ductwork, and sometimes when the lock would sometimes we'd use ductwork that had a snap lock, and so I stuck this knife into the lock portion, or the female portion of the lock, like this, to kind of pry it like this to open it up so I could put the male end in, so I could put the ductwork together, and the tip broke off. I sent it back to Kershaw, and not only did they replace the blade, but they re-engraved the knife for me. And man, I was really happy. I thought, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to engrave my knife again. And you know, it was a big hassle to me, but they did it for me for free, and they replaced the blade with the tip broken like that, and I was just really happy. You know, after then I was like a big Kershaw fan. But I ended up getting another knife after. I guess this is like the knife that really got me into name brand knives, I guess, higher end knives, other than the Chinese knives that you could buy for like $5, $10, where they would fall apart after maybe about a month of use. This knife, I put it through its paces and used it often, used it for hard use, and it held up good. I actually even ended up stabbing myself with this knife. One time I was trying to open a register for the flow of air. It had that little handle had broken off, so I stuck this knife into the register like this to try and open the louvers. And when I was doing that, the knife slipped out, and I had this hand above on the wall holding myself up like that, and it ended up stabbing me in the hand and was stuck there. Pulled it out, and I was in quite a bit of pain. It took me a long time to, maybe about a month or so, for my hand to heal. I got all swollen, and just because the blade was dirty and I was using it for all kinds of stuff. But this Kershaw Blackout is, when I had it, and I used it, it was a great knife. This glass reinforced nylon, or glass filled nylon, I think is what it's called, handle, had plenty of grip for me, and it just, the swell felt good in my hand. And you know, it has a little bit of jimping. I mean, it's not much here. I mean, it doesn't really do anything for you, but it, you know, makes you feel like you have something there to hold on to. But from what I understand, Kershaw may be coming out with this knife again. I don't know. I know that it discontinued many years ago, but it may be back. But it was an awesome knife, and it definitely was a good knife to have, and cheaper than what most knives are. Back in probably like 99, 2000 when I bought this knife. But it was my first high-end knife. So hope you enjoyed the review of this Kershaw Blackout. And if it does come back out, it definitely would be a good first knife. Imperfecto